Hello, this is Peter Murphy, President and CEO of the Illinois Association of Park Districts. Today, we are presenting another video as part of our Legends video series. One of the missions of IAPD is to recognize outstanding park, forest preserve, and conservation district board members throughout the state of Illinois. I hope the knowledge and insights these great leaders provide will inspire you to continue to make a positive impact at your agency and in your community. Please enjoy.
Hello, I'm Wayne Utterback, Director of Communications and Digital Content at the Illinois Association of Park Districts, and today I'm pleased to be speaking with former Commissioner of the Decatur Park District, Chris Riley. Chris, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, glad to join you. Thank you.
Now, Chris, can you just tell me a little bit about your time with the Decatur Park District and maybe how long you served?
I served as a commissioner for 18 years. Prior to that, I grew up in the Park District in the arts program, so I've always been, I say I'm the only person that ever basically dumped the bus, did the payroll for the rec office at the time, and then became president of the Decatur Park Board. So I've seen it all, so to say, over the years.
And how would you describe that overall experience?
Well, obviously, I enjoyed my youth growing up in the Park District, and that's what led me to run for the Park Board at the time. Back in 2001 is when it all started. And it was a great 18 years that I served on the Park Board. We accomplished a lot of great things, and a lot of that is still coming to fruition over the next couple of years.
What was the motivating factor in becoming a commissioner?
I think it was to see the Park District continue to grow and to continue working with the arts programs. I knew what the arts programs had done for me, for my self-esteem, so to say, and helping me grow up. And I wanted to make sure kids continue to have that opportunity, because school districts, as they look to cut different programs, a lot of times you can see it's the arts programs, or it was at one time. I think that's kind of starting to come back around. But it was incredible for me growing up, and I wanted to make sure that continued.
What can you tell me about the district and what makes it so special?
I think it's all the different opportunities that we present to the public, whether it be arts and crafts types of things, or the programming for kids, whether it be arts or sports programs. The facilities are incredible, and the partnerships also. I mean, with Millikan University is fantastic with the DISC, and just the partnerships that we have with different companies and individuals throughout the community, whether it's sponsoring at the zoo or different programs that we have ongoing. There's something for everyone.
And how do you remain engaged and involved with the Park District today?
I'm taking some time off, so to say. I'm just kind of sitting back, and I get to watch from a distance, so to say, of what's occurring. The Devon Amphitheater opened this last summer, and I was a large part of that at the time in that construction project, and so I was a season ticket holder. So this summer I went to all the concerts, and it was fantastic. And I still go to some of the programs for the youth, because I believe in that, and I want to see what the youth are doing.
Now, from your personal experience, what is the philosophy or philosophies that a good commissioner should adopt to be successful?
I think you need to understand what all your district would have to offer, so to say, and then and communication is so important, and listening both to employees as well as to the public in general who voted you to become a park board commissioner, and then I think always open to new ideas. But don't change something just to change it. I mean, make sure there's a reason for it, and try to gain a good handle on why you want to accomplish something.
I mean, obviously there are many challenges that new commissioners face, but what's some advice that you would give to those who are new to the position?
I mean, I think understanding the budget is important. I'm a CPA by trade, so I'm a finance guy, and I think the budget and the tax dollars, EAV, things like that maybe you don't pay a whole lot of attention to before you become an elected individual, but then it becomes pretty important. And how you're going to spend the tax dollars and the different buckets, or so to say, that are out there within a park district budget, very important. And it can help you or hinder you in as you look to accomplish things down that road.
Now, this is a question I always like asking commissioners, but when you think about how park districts serve communities, do you believe that park districts deliver those services better than, say, a city government could?
I do, and I know that's been a talk around the state of Illinois for quite some time about all these different units of government. But when a city would handle a park issue, they have other important issues that they need to deal with. And the park district, we can just focus on parks. We can just focus on recreation for the community. And policing can go that way as well. I know in the Decatur Park District, we have our own police force. If you were calling a city police officer, they may have other priorities, so to say, but we have a good working relationship with both the city police department as well as the Macon County Sheriff's Department, and can back each other up in those instances where we need that.
In your time as a commissioner with the Decatur Park District, you met many top professionals. What are some key attributes that you've noticed in those who are at the top of their field?
I think it's the care and the concern for the public. Making sure that whether it be programs or buildings, what have you, they're safe. Safety is so important. And then providing something for everyone. Someone gets upset because tax dollars are going to golf. Well, golf's not for everyone. But someone else is upset because they don't have kids anymore. But we're offering all these kids programs, whether it's sports or arts. You have to have something for everyone, and those opportunities for individuals to be involved.
Now, I'm sure you've faced many challenges during your time. What would you say are some of the major challenges confronting today's park district system, and how do you best think we can resolve them?
Well, I think finances can always be an issue, and just when you want to offer something for everyone, but you can't afford it, so to say. You're limited by the tax dollars that are coming in. In Decatur, we've forged a lot of partnerships through the years with both businesses, other government entities, things to try to make sure that, because it's one tax base. We're all paying taxes to all these different units. Well, if we can work together and help each other save money, that goes a long way to furthering what we can each do individually for those taxpayers.
Now, on the opposite side of that coin, what are some opportunities? What are some potential things that you might be able to leverage as a park district to provide better services to your community?
Well, I think continue to make sure you work with the IAPD and you look at the opportunities that are there, and getting ideas, the conferences and what have you. You can always get ideas from someone else. No one has all the ideas themselves. So I think continue to work with each other and partner together. It just brings more. I always say, I'm saying opportunities all the time, but there's just more opportunities. You can find things that someone else has thought of. You don't need to recreate the wheel all the time. We can work together.
What are some of the benefits of getting involved with the IAPD?
Well, again, it's working with people throughout the state. There are some units of government that have incredible EAVs, and then there's others that don't. There are people that work with, have great working relationships with and opportunities, and then there are others that, they need to, they talked with, what their conservation agency about something. There's all kinds of individuals there and so much talent within that if you're just kind of pigeonholing yourself and you're not expanding your horizons, you're going to miss out.
Can you tell me about your own personal experience with IAPD?
Well, I was on the board for a number of years, served as Sergeant at Arms, and then was on the board and was involved in the annual conferences and what have you, and met a lot of wonderful people through that organization.
Now, looking back at your service, what would you consider to be your major contribution to the field of parks and recreation?
Oh, boy. Well, that's tough. I think the opportunities we've been able to expand for children within Decatur has been remarkable, and I'm moved by what we've been able to gain, but in the local community. And then when you start looking at how can we do, we've got a new water park that's going to open next year. I was a large part of that planning process over a number of years, and seeing what we're going to be able to bring people in with the new putt-putt facility, and then we still have the amphitheater that's going to continue to expand with great opportunities of concerts for people throughout Central Illinois. I think it's touching not only the local taxpayers, but then bringing people into Decatur to experience what we have to offer.
Now, Chris, looking back at your time here with the Decatur Park District, how would you like to be remembered?
Someone who cared and gave everything he had.
Now, if you were able to meet your 20-year-old self, what advice would you give him?
Oh, don't take things too seriously. I could probably still use that advice sometimes, but I think keep your eyes open. Don't get into a funnel. I mean, make sure you're always looking.
Do you have a particular quote that might inspire your work?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. From the Bible, don't worry. Do not worry. I mean, that's the verse that I love. But don't worry about anything. And I lean on that quite a bit.
What do you see as the benefits of park and recreation services? Are there any examples of this service that you'd like to share regarding the Decatur Park District?
Again, I think it's serving everyone, whether it be children up to senior citizens, and just providing programs and facilities that can try to meet all needs. There's always something missing, but I'll tell you, the other thing is we're always listening. I know on my way out, we had a conversation with a group of, they're not seniors yet, but it's almost a 55-plus group, and they want to get more involved within the parks and maybe have programs and things like that. And that is just starting to take off. I think that's fantastic.
Now, if funds were unlimited, you had no barriers, what would you like to see done for the Decatur Park District?
Well, the first thing I'd do would probably be give nice raises to employees across the Park District, because we've been very limited over the years, and that's been frustrating. But the staff continues to work as hard as they can to provide those opportunities, so that's great. And then after that, I think it's try to ascertain what other opportunities are out there, what other facilities might be necessary, or other partnerships we could create.
And last, but certainly not least, what would you say your vision is for the future of park districts in Illinois?
I'd say keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we're one of the best park systems in the country, and there's a reason for that, and it's because of the involvement of colleagues within IAPD and talking to each other and making sure we're at the top of our game. And I'm proud to have been a part of that, and I would encourage commissioners to continue to leave that legacy.
Chris, I'd like to thank you for taking some time to sit down and talk with us, and keep doing the great work that you do.
This interview was part of the Illinois Association of Park Districts Legends video series. For more interviews, please visit us at our content-rich website at ilparks.org/legends. Also, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram for all the latest videos, resources, events, and more. Thank you so much for watching.